An important part of our project is the analysis of early studies. We ask ourselves how much research has been completed, published, put in drawers or archives, and then forgotten. Can we learn from them? What did they get right? And within what antecedent conditions did they work? The studies from the late 1960s and early 70s lend themselves to such renewed analysis. The timeline of their prognosis and projections has elapsed. We can ask what their lead questions were, and we can look also at the people, at the scientists, reminding ourselves that they were influenced by the context of their times. The geopolitics of the 60s, the realities and projections of Cold War in the 70s, the anxieties of destruction through the atomic bomb. And of course, futurologists themselves were very much influenced by their own vita and place of work, factors which certainly can still be observed if we look at scientists today. Divisions between technology optimists and more sceptical positions is ongoing, and that is important, an important part to learn. Dialogue and societal debate depend on difference. Societies today are increasingly pluralized on many issues. At the time of the early studies, the prevailing Zeitgeist was, however, different. There was a very fundamental belief that the future could be planned. Continuity appeared to be the norm. Disruption or major technological developmental jumps were not anticipated. It is also interesting to note that deep change was more often expected in authoritarian systems than in democracy. When we look at science fiction, it was more often seen as a narrative, poetic fantasy, not really important and certainly not directly important for prognosis on a scientific basis. Due to the timeline of forecast of early studies, which often ended in 2000, from a technological standpoint, they were often quite near to the mark. What they, however, didn't anticipate was the wider societal consequences, changing structures and qualifications of the workforce, lifetime work balances, the need for the integration of knowledge and perspectives from the societal and cultural sciences, the domination of exact natural and engineering sciences was a clear weakness. Globalization and complex interdependencies were not foreseen. Complex models, methods, and comparative data collection as a basis for foreseeing possible macro-societal change did not exist.